The big question we have is, will the Harley Davidson Pan America get a fair shot to succeed in the hyper-competitive but growing space of the ADV world, or will it fall flat like many are assuming it will be? Let's talk about it. But first, here at the Sprocket, we're new on the scene and like giving you motorcycle news without too much fluff. If you are able, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss more. But the Pan America, if you've forgotten, is Harley Davidson's first take at an off-road motorcycle destined to take a piece of the ADV market from the likes of BMW, Ducati, KTM, Honda, and Suzuki. And not to get this confused with the Harley Davidson's experience in the flat track world, but the Pan America is completely new territory for the motor company, considering it has never made a dedicated adventure bike to compete with the more established brands. But the Pan America will be fighting an uphill battle to not only win over ADV and dual sport riders, but also the Harley Davidson community as a whole for this whole paradigm shift in their 2021 lineup. For a slight refresher, the Pan America will be powered by Harley Davidson's 1250cc 60-degree V-twin Revolution Max variant with a reported minimum of 145 horsepower and 90 pound-feet of torque. Fun fact, the last time Harley Davidson used a 60-degree V-twin was with its V-Rod line, which was the Revolution platform. Fairly close, but we know. But it uses the motor as a stress member on the frame. Reported weight is, well, no one knows yet, but it does have skid guards, mud tires, it has expected technology features and electronically adjustable suspension with a rumored price of $17,000 for the base model and up to $20,000 on the higher end, with more options to put it right in line with what BMW and others are offering. But seriously though, weight and reliability are two of the most important features of an adventure bike, and we still don't know either of these. And this is imperative considering Ducati recently announced its V4 Gran Turismo engine, which comes without the desmodromic valve timing, not only changing the signature character of Ducati V-twins for spring valves, but it also increases the overall reliability and maintenance servicing up to 37,000 miles for the valve timing maintenance and up to 7,500 miles for oil changing. So the question is, will weight and reliability be an Achilles heel for the Pan America? We hope not, but instead of rehashing everything the Pan America has to offer, on paper it is comparable to the best from the likes of the BMW R1250 GS, Triumph Tiger 1200, and hell, probably everything else like the Honda Africa Twin and the Ducati Multistrada line. To an extent anyway, at least from what we know. But the big question in all of this is whether or not the Pan America is enough to steal some market share from the big players that have been in this space for the better part of my own life. Or maybe that isn't what Harley Davidson is going for. Maybe they aren't trying to steal market share from this already established market. I mean, of course they won't turn down sales, but maybe they're trying to introduce new customers, or better yet, its own consumer base to try Pan America. Kind of similar how they ran the Livewire campaign to introduce many to what an electric Harley Davidson could be. While it was priced heavily out of the majority of the market's financial means, it showed what a halo electric motorcycle from Harley Davidson could be. Also, how Harley Davidson spun off its new subsidiary, Serial One, to produce electric bicycles. I'm pretty sure we can all say that Harley has done well showcasing what its R&D department can do. Now back to Pan America. Surely what Pan America having the features ADV riders want, including the price, Pan America would succeed, right? No, it's not that simple. And for us, we feel like it comes down to branding. And a major factor that plagues Harley Davidson right now is simply its brand. No matter how good Pan America is, there will always be an audience there looking for something negative to highlight. And while we aren't the riders for Pan America, we will have to wait and see the reviews from the ADV community, unfortunately, along with the sale numbers from Harley Davidson to really get a true idea of how Pan America is doing. But just as Harley showcased the Livewire, while it was a fantastic machine, it was still shunned by a good amount of the hardcore Harley Davidson community that simply didn't care about emissions and the thought of owning anything liquid cooled, yet alone electric. But if Pan America, Bronx, Custom, and anything else Harley Davidson puts the new Revolution Max power plant in shows, is that Harley Davidson is about moving forward regardless of what the negativity says. But new markets and new riders are in, and everything else is being put on the back burner. But we hope to see more from Pan America once Harley Davidson officially announces it along with the others for the 2021 lineup in January, so stay tuned for that as we cover that when more info is available. But we are curious on what you think of Pan America. Do you think it has a chance in this already crowded space? Obviously the battle will be uphill, but it feels like Harley Davidson has more to lose on the R&D resources here than gain. Anyway, if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you can to help us grow, and we at the Sprocket will catch you in the next one.